Star Wars. The billion-dollar franchise that most people don't give a rat's ass about outside of The Mandalorian. That's right. The Mandalorian is single-handedly pulling the dead corpse we all know and love as Star Wars out of its grave and resuscitating it. My God, I can't wait for the next trilogy of garbage they plan to give us. Since The Mandalorian is pretty much the only thing positive about Star Wars, people have been just gobbling up every little bit of Mando information. Every time I turn around on YouTube, there's some sort of Mandalorian clip or someone's painting something Mandalorian related. My Mandalorian diorama. This is what it looked like when Boba Fett repaired his armor. And I literally saw like this play on my phone without even clicking it, because you know how YouTube is, where it plays a video without you clicking it, and it counts as a view. The video was like 10 seconds. I'm going to let it go, because if I talk about Boba Fett and the Mandalorian and the fact he just repainted his armor, which was the laziest shit ever, I don't care. We're talking about it. Like, Boba Fett's armor repainted was because the prop department didn't want to paint Boba's armor, okay? It's like 5 layers of colors to get that. Right there is enough for me to go, this sucks, because the creativity of the original trilogy to go, we'll have a bounty hunter whose armor is a little bit messed up, but in the sickest way possible. My God, Boba Fett was making patina look cool before it became a phrase in the car industry. Now we just get like painted over Boba armor. Lame. I want to see the chips, but nobody wants to paint that for days. Okay, anyway. Lucasfilm's Pablo Hidalgo mocking YouTuber is typical of Star Wars under Disney ownership. Yeah. From what I understand, this Pablo dude has been baiting people for a while, pissing them off, Star Wars related. For some reason, we're still in a war of attrition, a war of creativity. So, Star Wars Theory, that dude, maybe if you follow Star Wars, you know who he is. I think he did like a Vader video that I recall him putting up, and he got like 1 million views, but he didn't monetize it out of respect for Lucasfilm and Disney. This dude really loves Star Wars. I used to love Star Wars. Now I'm over it. Star Wars is like that ex-girlfriend that used to be great for me, but now I can see her for what she is. And let's take it back. It's not really Star Wars' fault. It's Disney. Disney sucks. They took a great franchise and they made me hate it. They made me hate something I grew up loving. Pablo rolls in. There's a video of like Star Wars Theory dude crying. He's crying so hard seeing Luke Skywalker, you would have thought he caught his father at a gay bathhouse at a glory hole sucking off a dude called Billy Crystal Meth before he was shot in the face by Kathleen Kennedy. That's how hard Star Wars Theory was crying. My God, he cried harder than me when Choo-Choo was crushed by a car, dude. I don't know how you can still love Star Wars that much. For me, it was kind of like, okay, like we picked on Dave Butts for this, but Star Wars Theory we're going to protect. Okay, whatever. But then I saw the clip myself of Luke Skywalker rolling in, and I was like, Luke looks great. It's like my brain totally shut off. It wasn't Mark Hamill, who's old as dirt. It's fucking Luke. I'm like, Luke looks good. I'm glad Luke's here. And all of a sudden, I understood why Star Wars Theory dude was weeping. It's because the Disney trilogy was so trash. It made me forget that I liked Star Wars. In just a few seconds of Luke Skywalker rolling into The Mandalorian, I was back in. I was like, oh God, the Force is with him. So anyway, I can't stop because I'm looking at this man cry. And like one part of me's like, what are you doing? But then the other part of me's like, there goes Luke Skywalker. I haven't seen Luke in forever. Thank God he's here. He doesn't look like an old curmudgeon. That's the way Disney should have did the Star Wars trilogy, man. They should have picked right back up right after Empire. They should have like 3D Luke and everybody else young. It just gave us what we wanted. Something we all could have enjoyed. All right, let's focus. I don't want to like talk about Star Wars forever, dude. Let's see. This isn't the first time Star Wars Theory has a run-in with the higher-ups at Lucasfilms. I'm going on Pirates and Princesses here because I'm too lazy to look anywhere else. Last year, Darth Vader fan film he produced was hit with a copyright claim. Oh, yeah, I remember that. And it was reversed because he wasn't fucking selling anything. Like most people who make these Star Wars films do it sheerly out of love for the franchise. A lot of 501st members would be extras and stuff. You know, it was definitely out of... Let's move on. What did Pablo say? Pablo said emotions are not for sharing, which I don't even... period. I don't even know why he would come in and bother with, Star Wars Theory Dude, as he wept like his father died. I just moved on. Pablo came in and bitch slapped him with a tweet. It wasn't even really much of a message. It's like some sort of backhanded message you expect from a girl, like a chick at high school, like, that's cute on you sort of thing. Oh, and he even made it the banner of his Twitter? What? What is he doing? Why would you do that? Like, you delete the tweet and then lock your account, but you leave it as a banner, which is basically trying to be a dickhead from behind the block feature. What is that? Now I'm beginning to see why everybody had an issue. At first, it's like it's a nothing burger, but these are some... Why? What was the point? Let the man weep for Luke Skywalker. I'm sorry he didn't care about Rey. Many of us didn't. The way they handled Luke in the films, nope, not gonna do it. I told myself I wasn't gonna complain about the Star Wars films. I'm so close to ranting about that movie. That film. Come on, they're all garbage. There's nothing good about the new trilogy. Nothing. The new trilogy was so bad, it made the, prequels look like fine art. Dude, the lightsaber battle alone in Revenge of the Sith was better than everything in all the new Star Wars films put together. All right, let it go. God, we used to sit there and make fun of Hayden Christensen, Mannequin Skywalker. Now look at us. All right, I'm done, I promise. Pablo Hidalgo gaining some momentum. Yeah, a lot of people really swung back at a good old Pablo. Chiming in a thread, which is making fun of me for being emotional over Luke Skywalker. I don't mind trolls, but I can't see why he said, and I'd hate to believe that he joined. Okay, so basically people showed, the Star Wars Theory Dude, what he said. Pablo comes back later to say he was sorry in some fashion. And one of the fans commented at turn of events. Blah, blah, blah. I kind of don't give a shit. It's like, I don't care. It's like, it's Star Wars now. This is Star Wars sucks 90% of the time. Then Mandalorian comes. And the Mandalorian isn't hyper amazing. But the Mandalorian is good. It's compared to what we've gotten recently, the Mandalorian seems amazing. When you're so used to shit sandwiches, when you get a sandwich with a fly on it and ham in it, you're not really put off by it. You're like, hey, whoa, it's a ham sandwich. This is a step up from shit. I wish to clarify my post that my emotions are not to be shared was a sarcastic self-markery and certainly not intended to be hurtful to anyone, and I'm deeply sorry that it was. As a lifelong fan, I appreciate fans expressing how they feel. It's what being a fan is about. But that doesn't make any sense. How is that self-mockery? Where did the self-mockery come from? I did not see the self-deprecating humor anywhere there. I don't get it. If emotions weren't for sharing and that was supposed to be self-mockery, he could have said it to himself and not even tweeted it, and nobody give a f about this right now. Do they need me to be a PR person? Pablo could have called me Gundam. I want to say something to this guy about Star Wars. Let it be. Next call. Now, I thought this was 100% over because it's a nothing burger in my opinion. Call me crazy. But then, so Lucas sends me a message to let me know that Mitch Dwyer gets in the fray for some reason. Variety writes, how a Lucas exec's tweet reopened wounds of The Last Jedi. So Mitch comes in and goes, bottom of the barrel detected, go away. Why would Mitch Dwyer say anything? You know what's weird? How Mitch went from being someone who worked at IGN you didn't care about, then he got to write a story you didn't care about in Star Wars Battlefront 2. And then he got to write for what? The new Star Wars Squadron game that you've probably already forgotten about. Now, the weird thing is, I'm going to play devil's advocate and assume Mitch was saying that Variety should go away with this clickbaity title or something. But the fact that he said anything was a dumb move, especially when everybody's on high alert, because basically Disney has been shitting on the real Star Wars fans for years. This is not the move to make. And then Mitch proceeds to fight with everyone that replies to him in the most ridiculous move ever. When you're in the public eye, don't reply to every fucking message about you being a fucknut in someone's opinion. You'll be fighting all day, and it makes you look more like an ass. Finally, you and I agree on something, Mitch. You're the bottom of the barrel, and I'm so glad you've recognized it. That's an important first step. Wow, I'm owned, says Mitch, as he proceeds to continuously get ratioed by everybody. I think someone also said he doesn't care about Star Wars. He's been working on his portfolio so he could put out a book about his furry persona. And I'm like, I didn't even know he was writing a fursona book. I don't know. Kind of don't care. I'm not going to lie to you. You probably don't give a shit either. It's just like people fighting with Mitch. Like, poor Mitch. He can't win a fight in real life, and he can't even win a Twitter beef. It's a damn shame. Can I even say that still? Because I don't know where the line is anymore.